them come. This is their fate.
All right, next up, Splatoon. I mentioned it earlier. Let's kick it off, Nintendo, man. Go ahead. Let them know.
That's you.
Nah,
I don't know nothing about Splatoon.
Nah, G. You supposed to know everything on the calendar. You up in the board meetings. Well, I guess I'll talk about it because I definitely know a little bit more. Splatoon 3 had a direct, I think it was like a few days ago. I think like on the 10th. And they were talking about the game when it launches, September 9th and all that stuff. I think they already notated that, but they were talking about the modes, improved turf war gameplay, Salmon Run. They were talking about battle stages, the new people that's gonna talk way too much that I want to cut off, the deep cut trio. Like they say, you can walk around without having to wait there and for them to read off their stupid prompts. I hope that's the case. The Splash Fest, the table turf, which I told you about, is the like 1v1 competitive card game they got. They got a card game in the game, kind of like Gwent from Witcher, but it's kind of based off their table turf mode, and you're battling for more spaces colored. And then they have like new special weapons, new Splatland main weapons, like the bow. They got like a bow now, so they doing their Destiny thing. And yeah, man, they got a lot of different lobby features, customizing like, I don't know, the locker with all your special gear. They were talking about their Splatnik 3, new online switch, you know, the app, because they can't bring it to the system. So you got to go to the app and look at all their new special gear that they only going to have on the app and all of that good jazz. They sell those amiibos. I still prefer Nintendo's egregious tactics of amiibos and their $60 games for what lack features than any other free-to-play game I played this year. Like, I still prefer theirs because at least they charge you $6 and you're done. If you want an amiibo to save your custom layout, you can, or you can waste your 5 minutes and change your outfit. Like, it's not that bad, right? But if you're going to these other games, even though they claim, you know, it's free, man. You can play for free. It don't feel like that. But yeah. Anyways, Splatoon-ish is back, y'all. The Splatoon game is back. I always enjoyed their gameplay. I just hate that it's on the console that it's on. But it is what it is. I don't know who played with me. I don't think it was Jalen. For sure it wasn't Jalen. Maybe Josh. Did you play Splatoon 2 with me or Splatoon 1?
Yeah, I never played Splatoon 1. I played a bit of Splatoon 2 with you. And that's it. But I mean, it sounds like you're excited for Splatoon 2.5.
Nah, everybody said Splatoon 2 was Splatoon 1.5. I mean,
well, this Splatoon 1.75.
Man, is it that bad? Well, I think they have a decent amount of changes. I don't want it on this console, to be honest with you. I don't want to give time to an online game.
Is it the console or is it the game?
No, it's under their umbrella. Honestly, if this game was like on any other console, I'll play it. Like, I don't really want to play it on Nintendo, and that's weird. But it's like, I don't care to play a game that's not going to get really supported as much as I would want it to, nor do I want to play with the people that it's going to attract. Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. It makes sense in my mind because, simply put, when I played Splatoon, I wanted to play with other people. And then when I did play with other people, it didn't feel the void that was there for this game. It just felt as if I was playing a game. I don't know. When I play Splatoon, I enjoy it for the competitiveness. I just think everything about Nintendo does not scream competitive. So I don't want to play it. Does that and it's like I don't know. It, it's a kids game sort of where um I mean they now going to have the ability to parry. You're gonna be able to parry ink from people being able to hit you while you're in like, and you're gonna be able to dodge out of while you're in your squid mode. Like they're adding things that competitive players want. It's just on Nintendo. I don't want it. I don't want it from you, honestly. I would want it. I would love to play it and get into it to the point where I'm running around saying, I'm enjoying it because it is a solid game. I'm not going to take that from it. It's a solid game with a lot of mechanics that I enjoy to play. I love the colorfulness of it. I love the turf wars and trying to ink the most areas, even though it sounds all kiddish as it comes out my mouth. When I take it back, this game has more depth than a lot of games I've played competitively. And over the last 5 years, I say, like, I don't think Call of Duty is as competitive as this game. And that's not to take nothing from Call of Duty. I don't think that game is just meant to be played. I don't think that game has the foundation for me to say there's a counter for something else. It's just another gun. It's another way to fight. It's not really anything that's like interlocking or engaging to kind of understand. I think that Splatoon does that well enough to make it feel comfortable to play. And I think they do add extra things that make it feel like, okay, if I want to change up the battle and I want to be able to defend my teammates as they try to push forward to ink the floor, then maybe they're not the best at fighting other inklings, but they can be good at just paint the floor, bro. Just keep moving up with me. I'm going to take my sniper out, and I'm going to kill these fools for you so we can get over here. And then I'm going to use my jetpack to get across and actually have maneuvering mechanics in the game. Like, all of that is something that, that's just missing in other games. And I still hold this game to a high degree. I just know that it's on this platform and it's not going to be engaged in that way outside of other diehard fans of Splatoon or Nintendo fans that I never want to interact with ever. So what do you do?
Yeah. From what I played of Splatoon 2, I do understand like how competitive it is because they have different modes, but the main point of Splatoon's core mode is not to just get the most kills, it's
Yeah.
to dominate like your
floor.
paint
Yeah.
area on the level. So there's a lot of strategy that goes into it. And I don't think it is a kid-oriented game, but it's not mechanically, it's not like simple. There's still a lot that you can
It's
do.
kind of
Like,
like Smash, bro. That's how I put it. I put it in this realm of it got enough things to be maneuvering to feel like Smash to the point where people can play it and feel as if there is things to look out for. Like, but nobody wants to gravitate towards this game. I don't know why. I just think that it. I don't know if it's the art style they chose or what they chose to put in it. Whatever the case may be, it did not hit. And it's causing the game that is underneath it to be. It's like the opposite of Fortnite. The core game is great. It's everything surrounding it that is terrible. So I don't know how to fix that. So
yeah, I think part of the issue, like you say, is that it's on the Nintendo platform, and so those older competitive players and communities that form around it don't have what they need. But I
hmm
would also say it's the underlying infrastructure of like the game itself. Part of that is Nintendo, but it's also like every Nintendo game is different. But like if I want to get on Mario Kart 8 right now with Jalen, can I party up with Jalen and Deontay and us three go online and race against other people? Probably not, because like most of the time Nintendo doesn't want you party out with people online, or if they do, they only let you do it with one person, or you can't go into random match-made games with your party.
Mm-hmm.
If this was Fortnite or like a real free-to-play game with like that actually understands how to build online infrastructure for a multiplayer game, then it will be successful. I don't think the Switch itself would hold it back, but it does seem like Nintendo doesn't care about building that online infrastructure. Because realistically, they didn't have to make three Splatoon games. Not necessarily saying that they're not adding new stuff, but like let's say there were only two Splatoon games, and we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
support this game for 5, 6, 7 years and keep making the online better and better. That doesn't seem like what they've been doing, and
Mm-hmm.
I would expect Splatoon 3 to have much better multiplayer options than Splatoon 1, but it, being Nintendo, it might just be the same online options, just, a new game. And that is kind of the problem.
Yeah, it is. I don't, I don't indulge with it because I know what it can be, and I might play it on my off time if I have an interest to kind of play it. I went out and bought a pro controller. That's what I bought a pro controller for. Was for Splatoon. I didn't even buy it for Zelda. I just played Zelda on that normal thing. I bought it for freaking Splatoon. And I'm disappointed in myself, to be honest. I gotta regret ever doing that, but I really liked it. I really enjoyed the game. I couldn't get y'all to play it for the life of me. I mean, you tried, but it wasn't for you. I understand that. I just know that to find other like-minded people that want to play this game in this capacity, I would need to get off Nintendo platforms. So I just don't want to do it. Even if I wanted to play it in a casual format, I don't want to deal with Nintendo's system. It's cumbersome. It's boring. It just bothers me in complete and totally all types of ways. It's just not for me. So I'm going to. This is the first time ever that a game is going to lose simply because of what platform it's on, and that sucks because I even tried Arms. Like I I gave Arms a shot because it was it was a game I thought was cool. And it was fun. I had a lot of time. I had a lot of fun with it. I would think it's a fun game. I just know what it is, and I know what Nintendo does when you get attached to a game that could potentially have some type of competitive or strong scene where people want to play it. I have no idea how Smash survived. It had to be bigger than life, to be honest, and I think Smash is bigger than life, really, in a lot of different ways for this company. So it survived on its own. But other games just can't do that. Other games that's new, it has to have the backing of the company in order for it to win. And if you don't have it, why am I putting my time or effort into it? So that is
I
what
think when
that.
Smash came out, they was just it was a different Nintendo company, if that makes sense. But
Yeah, but they still did the same thing. I mean, honestly, I think the times were different. It wasn't a lot of online play. It built its presence off of local play. Splatoon is based on online play. They don't have that. Like literally the essence of Smash is local. Like that is what it was. We were not we Everybody ain't had internet. We were kids. We were trying to figure out how to play a game that we enjoyed to play on our own together. So we played that together. We brung our controllers over one friend's house. We plugged it in. They did the 4-player slots for a reason. They wasn't tripping like, you had to go buy a multi-tap or whatever for like the PlayStation or whatever. You had all those things there for you, and it was built off local play. That is smart because they know what we needed. They have never shifted when it came to the online stuff. They don't care. And that is the problem. Like, that is Nintendo's downfall to me. And whatever they try to, I don't even know why they try to do any type of co-op, or not co-op, but any type of online based games anymore, because that's where they go to die. Like, that is, Nintendo is where they go to die. If you don't have the local side of it, there's no point of putting it on that console. Ain't nobody playing Apex Legend on Nintendo Switch. Ain't nobody playing Fortnite really on Nintendo Switch, unless you, that's all you got. You're a little kid, you don't know no better. That's fine. You don't know no better. But once you know better, you're gonna do better. And it ain't gonna never be Nintendo for no online stuff. So I hear what you're saying though. Yeah, it was a different time. And that time was local play. So yeah.
Yep.
But they smart. That's what really pissed me off. They smart. They're smart people. They're smart. They understand what it takes, and they still just neglect. So it really irritates me sometimes. But that is the downfall of the Splatoon 3. Regardless of how good the game can ever be, it's gonna still have to answer the big Nintendo. Big Nintendo don't play. So that's what it is. But moving on. Oh, any last thoughts on Splatoon and the death of it on Nintendo platforms? Any other final thoughts?
Yeah, I'll say that what I played of it was fun. I've always been more interested in Nintendo games that have a interesting single player portion, and then maybe I'll play the multiplayer stuff as well, because I think Nintendo is good at the single player stuff. As long as Splatoon continues to have, because I know that they say they're going to support it for like a year, blah blah blah, extra stuff. But like, as long as they can have good modes for people to play, I think that Splatoon is still a good game, because even when the first one came out, people loved it. It's unique. It's different from any other kind of shooter.
Oh yeah.
It would be nice if this game was more popular, but you know, that is what it is.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, it's still an interesting game. Like, I enjoyed the Salmon Run mode, and it seems like they're expanding that. So
yeah, I
maybe
think it's a
this one
great
would
game.
be the one that takes off. But
yeah, I think it's a great game. I think it's a really great game. I think even the puzzles that they did for the boss fights in the on 2, where you had to, like, because they had a story mode, and this is like the finale of their story mode. They also had Salmon Run. That's when they introduced them to Salmon Run with the horde mode. So it's a great game. I'm not taking nothing away from it from that standpoint. I don't think it's a bad game. I'm saying it's never going to reach the potential that it could, because of who it's being supported by. That's all. So, but if you, like I said, if you want to check it out, it's coming out September 9th. I think you're gonna have a lot of fun, regardless if you disagree or agree with me or not. But just think about it. You know, when you're really playing that game, you're thinking about the people that are playing with you, and understanding what it takes to party up, and what it takes to really to thrive in a network based or on a internet based game, or on a, think about that. Just think about what it takes, and whether or not the game has it. So